Thank you, Dr. Chandra. Now we'll open up the floor. We see a good number of student community as well here. I'm sure they should get their fair share of the Q&A. So we'll just go one after one. Somebody can assist with the mic. Pratap. Voice is very audible.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. It was a pleasure listening to the panel, and the tension between industry and academia was so very visible. My name is Sandeep Manudhane. I come from Madhya Pradesh. I am an IT graduate and I run a company employing 1,000 people, and also I run various business schools. I have 3 quick points to make here. First, about the communication skills part. It is a national disease, it is a national problem, and the only way we can solve it is by ranking schools on the basis of these desired outcomes. We are very quick to vilify engineering colleges and PG institutions and their principals and directors and promoters, like many of us here are. But I have never seen any school being pulled up by any magazine for not doing a good job. It is time that we put schools under the scanner, because if a student is putting 15 years of his life in a school, there is a concept of formative education, sir. If you cannot build the blocks in the formative years, then whatever you do in graduation and post-graduation is just a cover-up. It's nothing more than that. Second, sir, I was surprised to read in yesterday's newspaper about the state of engineering education in Andhra Pradesh. I was surprised because I thought that this situation existed only in MP. I have discovered that AP is doing worse than MP, and that has consoled me to some extent. The reason why these engineering colleges are doing so bad is you have AICT approval to run engineering colleges, and it is a legal stamp for not producing quality. AICT is All India Collapse of Technical Education, and UGC is University Grants Confusion. All they are doing is destroying technical education in this country, because once you have AICT approval, who is going to question you? There are engineering colleges in Indore, 99% no placement for many years. Students just can't question anyone. They come out, they join our MBA colleges, and then they expect, sir, you must give us 100% placement. How can we? And the third and last point, sir, I have to make is about students' attendance. Making 95% attendance compulsory. We have that in our schools that we run. Unless you have programs that really engage students, they just don't come, no matter what you do. So you have to really build bridges with industry, get them on campus, and I'm happy to share that in a very short span of time, we were able to get companies like Deloitte on our campus at Indore and hire our students who are working in Hyderabad today, only because we could engage with them. Thank you so much.
Next question.
My name is Krishan Khanna. I was on the Prime Minister's task force on skills in the Planning Commission, and right now I am on the national panel of CII on skills in education. I had 1 or 2 observations because we are setting up 4,000 vocational training centers in India with other partners, where we plan to train 20 million people in the next 5 to 10 years. And I had 2 observations. Number one, as far as IT is concerned, because I can send you a list of about 1,500 skills which run the Indian economy. And IT is 5% of our GDP. And we have to look at the other 95%. It's the most tragic thing in India that we have no skills for agriculture. China has 3.5 lakh vocational training centers in rural China. And the average Chinese farmer, his productivity is 3 times more than an average Indian farmer. This is without ICT, because he produces more food. He does use ICT to a little extent. ICT is used all over. So that is one observation I wanted to make, and I'm going to send you a lot of literature. I have your card. The second thing is this, as my friend Sandeep has very correctly mentioned, school education. One thing which is completely missing, besides very good points raised by our learned panelists here, that we do not teach entrepreneurship. We have to teach entrepreneurship not at the MBA level. We have to teach entrepreneurship in the school level. You'll be surprised to note that in some European countries, enterprise skills development, as it is called, which is a lesser, lower level entrepreneurship starts from class 1. And we have suggested to the government, because I was on the 11th Plan Committee of MHRD, IGNOU and Planning Commission also. And I think our suggestion has been accepted that it should start at least from class 8, secondary education. So these are the two things, because 58% of Indians are self-employed as of today. I mean, a ordinary dokandar is the owner of his shop. 30% of India's GDP is retail. So entrepreneurship is very, very important. And whether you are in a job or whether you are self-employed, if you are not enterprising, you are in big trouble.
Good morning to everybody. I am Professor Pulaya, a professor from Osmania University. After superannuation, I have started a couple of engineering colleges in Khammam, my own hometown. Friends, much has been talked about engineering colleges and the education system in India by a number of persons from industry, particularly Mr. Naresh. One of the speakers made very critical observations about the engineering colleges. I really feel bad. In any developing nation, education is not a one-day affair. It's a national building process. It's a developing country. It's not a developed nation like America. Even America is looking towards India and China today for the manpower. I would like to, those who are in the government sector, please do not try to misunderstand us. In the last 60 years of independence, the government of Andhra Pradesh, in this state of Andhra Pradesh, has started only 10 engineering colleges, 3,500 intake. But today the private sector has grown beyond our imagination. There has been sudden expansion of technical education all over the country, particularly more so in Andhra Pradesh. We always know sudden expansion always warrants for a parallel exercise for quality assurance and quality maintenance. Today, if you see the manpower availability in this country, according to the latest committee report of AICT, headed by 3 IIT directors and 3 IIM directors, and Professor P. Ramarao as the chairman, that was the committee appointed by AICT. For 2010 and 11, 72,000 PhDs are shortage and 62,000 MTechs are shortage. With this kind of background, with this kind of scenario, knowing fully well the report of the Professor Ramrao's committee, Kapil Sibal made an announcement this year in engineering regulations. So far we have been permitted to take BTech. Now he says only MTechs. We represented to him recently, unless the country produces enough number of graduates at PG level and PhD level, there is no way that you want us to stop the engineering education in this country? Certainly not. See, for a 120 crore population of this country, what is the education that we are giving? Not even 10 lakhs of engineering graduates. What is the percentage you calculate? In Andhra Pradesh, the government could create only 3,500 seats for 10 crores of population. What is its percentage? Without private sector, you mean to say that all these IT industries were able to get people of their choice? Certainly not. The private sector also has contributed in its own way. Maybe not to the expected level of the IT experts who are present here. As mentioned by our Planning Commission member just now, I am very happy to hear him. IT sector is only 5%. Don't expect engineering education or any other education to cater only to the needs of IT sector. We are not meant for only IBM, not meant for only Infosys, not meant for only Wipro. As Professor has pointed out, 95% of other sector is existing in this country which requires manpower for that area also. That we are forgetting. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have only IT experts who are sitting here. We talk about only IT. What happened 15 years back? Where was IT? Thanks to Anderson, an IIT student of Illinois, he discovered the internet, brought the entire world as a global village today. That's the reason IT sector is able to survive today. Without internet, let IT sector survive, we will see. See, it's a transformation. It's the age. You see, we are in the process of development. Things will not happen overnight. Vizag may be a good place. Hyderabad is today the hub of the Asia for IT sector. At one time it was Bangalore. Hyderabad also equally developed today. My submission to all of you is, the experts who are present here, don't